Julia. I'm back again with another kiln opening. It was my challenge to myself to do 3 kiln openings in January. So I also have a couple of other little bits to show you, so I might start with those. So I think before Christmas I had a go at making a candle sconce. Don't know if you can see there, it's like kind of all textured and wrapped around, and then it has a little there you can see a little point on so you can stick your candle on. The little cup warped a little bit in the kiln. It was fired in the community kiln, so it was one of my Tuesday pieces. So that's gonna go on my wall somewhere because it's kind of sweet. What else have I done? I don't know if any of you have seen on my Instagram, I've put a little post where I took a piece of clay and a wooden spoon and a tiger's eye crystal, and that's the only tools I used, and I turned that piece of clay into a sphere, and then I liked it so much I made a couple more. So these are the ones that I've fired first. So these have just been bisque fired, but I'm not sure I'm even going to bother glazing because I don't want them glazed, I want them white. But I buffed them with the crystal. It hasn't gone very shiny though, so I might put one through the glaze firing and see if the shine comes up, but it's still very soft. But that's, I have a bigger one and another one of a similar size to these. So, but all just with a wooden spoon, like a flat wooden spoon, like spatula, and a crystal for buffing. So that was those. I've also been busy making molds. So I've made this it didn't start out as a mold, I was going to make a plate, but I was so busy that I let it dry too much and I couldn't do what I wanted to do with it because I was going to do a sgraffito plate. So I figured, you know what, it can be a mold to make some plates. So it is just in the birch white clay. It's a little scrappy on the back because I left it, and I don't know if you can see, it's not quite smooth. It's not too bad, but that's going to be, I'm going to do some coil plates on that. And on Tuesday, like all of my girls that I do pottery with on a Tuesday, we watch the Great Pottery Throwdown in the UK, and on week 2 I think it was, they had a challenge on there to make a Gluggle jug. It's a kind of a fish jug that when you pour it, it has a kind of a funny shape so that air makes a glug 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 sound when it comes out. So myself and Chris, one of the other girls, hi Chris, she'll be watching, we decided to do Gluggle jugs. Now, it took forever. Mine was more constructed. Chris was kind of freehand, but I had an idea because I'd made a vase with a hole in before, so I did it around that similar kind of style. But this is my Gluggle jug. I don't want to break it, it's still drying, as you can see. It's dry at the top but not at the bottom. I did kind of a base, and yeah, so he has slightly textured scales. I did them so they were slightly raised. I think that's blurry there, is it? Anyway, so that's him. What do you think? What colour would you, he's just a generic fish, he isn't a specific type of fish. On the Great Pottery Throwdown, they did specific types of fish, but I'm not sure he looks like any particular type of fish. If he does, tell me and I might try and do it in that kind of colour. But 4 hours at the Pottery and then brought it home, and 2 hours at home, 6 hours. Like yesterday I was literally laying down the whole day. I was so exhausted. But it's not something I'll do again, I don't think, unless you want me to do a tutorial. Let me know. There isn't any tutorials out there for Gluggle jugs, so that is a possibility, but I think I'd do a smaller one because I'm not doing a 6-hour tutorial. Can you imagine? I don't think it would fit on my memory card. So yeah, tell me if you think that it looks like a particular type of fish, or what colour you would do it. There's a lot of them in green. I quite like the idea of doing rainforest, but he is in buff, and rainforest doesn't come out so well on the buff. So let me know what you think. And now we'll get to the kiln opening. I haven't had any looks or anything, and it's super cold because it's been, I fired it on Sunday, I think it was. So, oh. Right, just open it, Julia. I daren't. Okay, there are a couple of refires in here and some bits and pieces. So, there's only 1.5 shelves. There's a full shelf and then a half shelf because I couldn't fit, you know, everything in. Yay! Okay, right. So I'll start with a small bowl. This was a hand-built coil bowl that I did just to try to build a coil bowl. It's a little wonky and a little heavy, but it was just hand built, and it's almost square. This is smoky merlot and blue rutile, and it's actually, and I think I had some sweeps of oatmeal in there as well. You know how I like to sweep a bit of oatmeal in because you can kind of see the sweeps on the bottom. So I only did the blue rutile around the edge about, yeah, about that. Was that about an inch? And the smoky merlot was over. So I did 3 coats of smoky merlot and 2 blue rutile, I think. I could have done a third one just around the edge, if I remember rightly, and then some sweeps of oatmeal, but I love that combo. I love the kind of pinky purpley and the blues. And I like the creams and things that it's coming out in as well. Yeah, and some nice drapes. We like drapes. Yeah, like I'm really pleased with that. It was just off the cuff. I wasn't feeling great, so but I wanted to get my kiln sorted so that I just had my 3rd one for January. So I literally threw glaze onto some things. Some things were so wet when I went in the kiln. I figured as it was heating up it would dry. So first piece off, that's good. Right, okay, this one is a teeny little bud vase that I made. It was kind of a dot. Can you see the dots on there? Like I do my other bowls with the dots. I did this one because this is like a teeny little egg mold that I got a hold of, and I just made the 2 halves of the egg with the dots, and then I made a little vase neck and a little foot, and it is downpour Amaco Celadon, 3 coats all over. And then I saw the Potted Galaxy and thought, I haven't used you for ages, so let's just have a go. And actually I forgot I really like Galaxy. Can you see the crystals? Lovely. I wish that I'd gone further down Don't know why I thought that it might move. Don't know, was having one of those days. I should have gone all over with it. Or maybe I was thinking it would cover up the dot kind of texture. But it hasn't. You can actually, because I only did one coat of Galaxy and got a few more lumps out and stuck them on. But through the Galaxy, you can still see, you probably can't on camera, but you can still see the texture underneath. So that's actually something to think about. But super cute, really like that one. Wasn't sure what to do with the little egg mold, but because it's not really egg shaped, is it? It's like it's flat on the bottom. It's not like egg goes thinner on one end, but so that's not really egg shaped. So I was like, what am I going to do with it? And that's what I did with it. Another small bowl. I have a set of a larger bowl and 4 smaller bowls that I did. I'm probably not going to fire the other ones though, because this has warped terribly. It was this kind of texture on the bottom. The dot balls don't tend to warp, but if you do an other kind of like straight coils, they do seem to warp. So this was Maple Birch, Cordovan, about an inch or so, and then a little sweep of blue rutile just to try to bring the blues out. And it is lovely, because I don't know if you remember that, did I put it in? It's not on my shelf. It might be in there. I did a Birch and Cordovan dot ball last time and it was all bubbled in the bottom. I've sent it back through. It's in there. I don't think I did anything to it. Did I? No, I don't think I did. We'll see. Yeah, but look, it is all wabi-sabi, warpy. So I have like 3 other of these and the big one. I'm not sure they're even worth the kiln space because they're so warpy, which is a shame. You could almost, it's almost a joke. You could almost like pour your little soup out. I like the colour though, but it's a bit warped. Okay, so next piece. Let's do this one because I can reach to the bottom. Here's a little picture in spring colours. It's a cute little picture. I've done this shape before, but not in white, and I wanted to have a look and see if I could make a really nice little spring vase, not spring vase, spring picture. I've got 2 others, one with green, 2 larger ones, one with green, one with red on my shelf. Don't know if you can see them over there in the corner. And then I've done marigolds, just clear, inside and out, zinc-free clear, Mako, and a little marigold handle. And I literally slapped a load of marigold on it and stuck it in the kiln wet, and actually it's fine. I love that. It's so cute. It's going to be a little spring for a nice little afternoon tea for the milk. I love it. I'm going to make some more. Yeah, really good. Right, okay, time for this one so I can move the shelf. Ooh, this is a nice little bowl done with coil. Oh, wow. And have, oh, right at the beginning of, you know, in the first few kilns, there was one bowl that I did with textured turquoise and Asian copper, and I love it. And I wasn't, I haven't really used that since. And ancient copper is, you know, you use sparingly because it's not available anymore. I have one jar left and the rest of this jar. But look at the ancient copper. It is better than copper float. I don't think I have it in here, do I? No. To compare, it is better than the copper float. So this was textured turquoise, 3 ancient copper, not overlapping, kind of butted up against each other, and then in the center was just a small line of oatmeal, just to blend the two together. 3 little feet. The textured turquoise I thought would have broken more on the texture of the coils around here. However, I did put it on thick, and then when I looked at my old bowl, I thought really could have done with another coat. So I was like, I'll just put another coat on. So it's probably got 4 coats actually. Ooh, even has a where it's gone into a shape like that, it's made a natural channel for that little bit of oatmeal. It must have been a little thicker there, but I love that. Oh, I can see the bottom of that and how beautiful it's gone, because that had dots like this, big dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 big dots. Don't know if you can see. This is almost like a flower, but look at how wonderful that ancient copper has gone on there. I have a little set of bisque ready to go. I'm going to show you. This is the bisque, and I'm thinking ancient copper on the bottom, because you know I don't usually glaze these bottoms, but that would be yummy, wouldn't it? Although that is, oh no, that's the brown. Yeah, so the copper goes beautiful on the rich toasted clay. So yeah, I think I might glaze this side of this one. There's a small one as well. It's like a nest of 3. Ooh, yeah. But some people were saying that textured turquoise has changed formula and is not as good, and it's like a teal, but that is beautiful. I am happy with that textured turquoise. Beautiful. Good so far. Right, let's get rid of this piece of kiln towel. It was one of my broken ones when I moved. Matt didn't realise they were all standing up against a box and it broke. But I use it as a generous half shelf now, because my half shelves are about this much shorter. So he's a generous half. Still using things. Oh! Oh wow, right, I'm going to take the posts out first so that I don't smash something. Posts over here. Oh, right, let's get this one. You've seen this one before. This was from the last kiln. This was the birch and cordovan, and it had a lot of bubbles in the bottom. They have got less. There's two little dinty bubbles, but I would actually be okay. It feels smooth. There's no, it's just like 2 little dents. There's no worries with like food getting trapped in it. It's really smooth. So I would actually be okay with that. And I think it's actually slightly better than it was. There is some blue coming through now. And I'm pretty sure I didn't put anything else on it because I was worried of making even more of a pool in the bottom. So that was a win for a refire as well. Yeah, wow. just to compare, I mean, that has a little bit of blue root tile over it, but same combo. That one just has a cord oven to here, and that one has a cord oven all over it, but you can never tell what results you're going to get. Okay. Oh, there's a little ball under there as well. Let's do that teeny little one. Oh, wow. Right. Okay. So this was a little, I just tried to do it in reverse. You can't even see it now because I've glazed it. But instead of the dots being on the outside, I did the dots on the inside, smoothed the outside, and then I burnished and burnished and burnished it till it was super, super shiny. And this is the rich toasted, and it did go really, really shiny. But then in the bisque firing, it was really patchy, and I thought, well, do I glaze it? And then I thought to myself, well, I'll just put it through the kiln and see what it does. It might even out, and it has evened out, but it's lost its shine, and it doesn't even feel, that's not rich toasted, which is rich, I haven't got one, it doesn't feel smooth like it's being burnished, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so this could be a little dip bowl, is 3 rainforest and 3 seaweed. Well, I say 3 seaweed, but this was one of the ones that I literally slapped it in and stuck it in the kiln, just because I saw a little space in the corner under a bowl and thought, oh, that little bowl could go in there. So I just literally put it as thick as I could, and I reckon that was between 2 and 3 layers. And I wasn't even sure, because it wasn't nicely layered and dried between layers, whether it would work, but it has. It is lovely. Can you see? There's a more green to it than you can see on there, I think. But a nice little dip bowl, that'll stay with me. I like dips. I have lots of dip bowls. Okay, so let's do this one now. This was my medium. Do you remember, was it the last kiln load? I had this small garden sphere that I was going to do. This is the medium. Oh, look at that. June bug has some pinholes, but that is June bug at its beautiful finest. There are rainbows, you know, like not rainbows, you know, like oil spotty kind of, you know what I'm saying. But I've never had June bug come out as beautiful as that. It really is gorgeous, and it's mostly pinholed. Oh no, there are pins. I mean, it doesn't matter, it's all part of the texture. Where there's a few pinholes where the kind of indentations are, you can see the line where I joined the 2 spheres together. I've had to think about that, and I'm going to try something to make the joins a little bit better. And then I did at the bottom, oh, it still comes off. I might even just wash that then if the bits come off, because that is chromium oxide, and really don't want to have that on my hands. So yeah, look, he's gorgeous, and he still looks like the other one, like a football, but I love that. Oh, feels nice. Just gonna wipe my fingers. I've got a cloth here there. Just wipe that chromium off. Okay, nice. So this one is, oh yeah, is a Refire. It was seaweed all over to see what seaweed looked like. However, it looked poop. And I don't know if you can see, it's in one of my earlier kiln openings. It's just really like almost like burnt out. So I put just a layer of oatmeal over the top to see what that would do. But I daren't go too far down. Oatmeal, runner, seaweed, runner, two real runners together. I was pretty worried. So I only put up to about here. So you can see it's had that much movement. And in fact, there is one small little drip that's gone all the way to the bottom. And I think it's just left one teeny little blob on my cookie. So I couldn't have gone any, that's why that's done. Because I've got that kind of, I wanted it to be like an Art Deco texture. So I've got that texture there, and the texture has pushed it like a channel down into that drip, which actually looks lovely, but it's just a bit blur on the back. But it's much better than it was. And I think if I were to put it for sale, that I would actually be happy to sell that now, which I wasn't before because it looked blurred. Another little refire before I get to the last piece, and may I say the best. Another little refire. This was the iron luster on its own that looked like honeycomb and was really just horrid. You can see kind of what I'm saying on that bottom bit. It was just like that all over, really plain and yuck. So I thought that I would put a bit of seaweed on and see what it did. So this is how it's turned out, and it's actually beautiful, really lovely. And there is some almost metallic-y bits to it. So the iron luster must have a good amount of iron, which is reacting with the seaweed and making, I don't know if you can see, my pots are singing. I love it now. The edges, not so great, but way huge amount better than it was. Like, I had considered just smashing them all. So now they're functional. So I have on my shelf, there's a larger piece, and then I think, if that was successful, I was going to glaze the even larger one. So, okay, last but not least, be still my heart. Look at him. Look how gorgeous. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Oh. Now, I have almost put too much glaze on. Doesn't sound like me. Because there is a little pooling at the bottom, but it almost looks like the sea. Foamy sea. And I love that it's broken the brown around the edge, because then it goes with the rich toasted clay. Each one just seems to get better. And I can't keep them all. I really thought about keeping the last one, but oh my gosh. I've also been looking at other glazes as well, because I was like, if I'm going to do more bowls, I want to have more choices. So I'll tell you what it is. It is all the blues. 2 coats of Blue Lagoon all over along the top edge. 2 coats of Blue Rutile all over, and then 1 generous coat of blue hydrangea. And then I'm pretty sure I did sweeps, a few little sweeps of oatmeal, because what that tends to do is it takes the blue hydrangea from being the blotchy to sweepy. You could just look at it for, oh, dreamy, dreamy, dreamy. So this one isn't fully, this is kind of like more of a long shape than a circular one. Oh, success! Anyway, what a brilliant kiln opening that was. Definitely worth the wait. I want to say to you guys, thank you so much for all your watches, and thank you for those of you who've subscribed. Please do subscribe if you want to see more of my kiln openings and tutorials. They're going to be coming up in February, because what I found as well is if I reply to people's comments, so please comment, because you need to tell me about the colour of this little fella, okay? So please do comment, and I always reply to every comment. So if you've commented, look back on to look at my reply, because when I've commented on other people's kiln openings, even when they've replied, I've not been notified. So if you actually press the notification bell that's somewhere around the screen, you will be able to be notified when my stuff gets uploaded, when my tutorials come on, and also I think they notify you if I reply to your comment, because I don't want anyone to think that I don't reply, because I do reply to everyone, because I'm super, super grateful for everybody's comments. I really, really am. You just are so amazing, all of you, and there are some beautiful, really talented potters that follow me, and I'm just so, so grateful. I really, really am. So that's it for today. I'm not doing another kiln opening in January. There's only a few days left. Thank you so much, you guys, and yeah, have a wonderful day. See you. Bye.